Hello, hello, hello. What's up? It's your girl Twan the Mystic from housemystic.com. Hello and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, what's up? I am Twan the Mystic. Okay, in today's reading, we're talking all about who are you becoming? Like, what are you transforming into with some of like the changes you have going on in your life, or like currently, or in the recent past, or whatever. But you're transforming into something, and we're about to see what that is. Okay. So go ahead and light your candles, light your incense, and light your blunts because we're about to get real deep with this reading. And if you love deep, insightful, and accurate pick of cards, definitely keep watching. And also hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new, okay? So go ahead and choose the picture or the number you feel the most drawn to. And then go to the corresponding timestamps in my description. And I will see you at your corresponding timestamp. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number one. Let's get into your reading all about who you're becoming, what you're transforming into you. I said into you, into. Wow. Okay. So let's get into your reading. All right. So, first of all, if you want to join the Patreon, you want to book a reading with me, you want to follow me on social media, all that good stuff, that information is below. Okay. So let's see. Who is pile one becoming? Oh, are these accidentally upside down? Okay, okay. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life and death. Wow. I'm learning that endings are merely new beginnings. Okay, so it's so interesting that you have death and humor because death, is so serious and humor is not. Okay, so I'm feeling like who you're becoming is someone that is finally letting go of the past. Like you're finally letting go of the past, finally letting go of people, finally letting go of a situation. I don't know, like you're moving on to calmer waters where you feel lighter, you feel happier, you feel excited. I don't know, maybe there's like some exciting things that are afoot. Okay. But I definitely feel like with this death and humor, it's definitely making me think that you have gone through some type of transformation. I mean, clearly, you're going through some type of transformation. That's what this reading is about. But I feel like you're going through some type of transformation that is maybe making you see. Okay, like for example, you know how we'll go through like a fucked up situation. We'll go through a crazy situation, but then with hindsight, you see like, oh, yeah, this had to fall apart so that this could come to fruition, or this had to happen so this could happen. Like, I feel like that's what's happening for you. Yeah, just seeing why certain things had to happen, and it's like you're understanding and letting it go. Like, okay, like for example, if you went through a terrible breakup or something, and you thought you would be with that person for the rest of your life, you're like, oh my goodness, I thought we'd be together forever, blah blah blah. And then y'all have this terrible breakup, and then of course you're sad. It's like, oh, the world is over, oh my god. And then sometime after that, you end up finding the real person you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life, and then you're like, oh, okay, I see why that didn't work out. Like you're seeing why certain things didn't work out, and you're really letting go of what has not worked out. But also with humor here, I definitely feel like you're having a lot of fun. Like you're becoming someone that's having a lot more fun in life, especially with this death card being here. It's making me think that you were experiencing a lot of like a lot of dark things, a lot of I don't even know, like just like really dark experiences, really dark I almost want to say dark humor. But not dark humor, but more so like, bruh, is this really happening type of shit. Like, is this really happening? Is this happening again? Why is this happening? Like stuff like that. You're stepping out of a phase where life is just like you putting out one fire after another. Not saying life is going to be perfect, because life is life be lifing, okay? But I feel like you're entering a time in your life where you're not having to put out so many fires like every day, where like one day this is going on, but then the next day this is going on, but then the next day this is going on. Like, just a lot going on. Just a lot going on. So yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see what else. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Oh, wow. This goes along so great, because Scorpio is associated with like death energy, not like someone actually having like dying. Well, I mean, it can be, but it's more so about like a transformation. And then we have look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. The Sagittarius energy is definitely this humor card. So I definitely feel like, yeah, you're working through some past stuff. I feel like you're working through fears, especially because the fact that this says work through fears and then death. And then we have humor and look at the bigger picture. So, and even the fact that it says look at the bigger picture, it's like you are seeing the bigger picture now, because you're now understanding like, oh, this had to end so this could begin. Like it says on the death card. So, and then the fact that this says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life, it's like you're cutting away, or you had to cut away certain things so life could be a lot lighter. Okay? So yeah, I definitely see you becoming someone that laughs more. Maybe it's not even that you don't laugh, because I feel like everyone laughs, right? I feel like everyone laughs, right? But maybe shit was just not funny. Ain't shit was funny for a long time, okay? Or it was just a lot of BS. So I feel like, yeah, ain't shit was funny for a while. And I feel like you're stepping into a lighter, easier existence. And like I said, life is never perfect, but I definitely feel like things are going to be a lot lighter and easier. Like certain problems you're going to be having, like, okay, like the type of problems you're going to be having is like, oh, man, what should I wear to dinner? Because I'm going to this nice restaurant and I don't know what to wear. Oh my goodness, I can't find my left shoe. That's the type of shit you're going to be stressing about. When before it used to be like, how can I pay this bill? I can't believe that person left me. Like, stuff like that. I feel like that's the energy you're stepping out of. Okay. So, let's move into tarot for a little. Let's see. Okay. Three of Pentacles. So, if some of you guys were looking for a job, I feel like that's what you're about to become, a person that has a job. Or a person that has like an active career, because this Three of Pentacles, it just looks like, they're at the workplace and they're talking, and then even how this person is back here working on these pentacles back here is just making me think like you are, I don't know, like your career is a lot more active. Even how we have Mars and Capricorn here. And that's definitely a placement that's a hard worker. Okay? So I definitely feel like you're getting like a really good job, or something with your career is about to be booming. Like maybe like if you have your own business or something like that, you're about to see more clients or more opportunities or something like that. But I definitely feel like your career, if things have been like dead or up and down, like I see you having a lot more stability. Or it's like, well, let me not say and it's almost like if you haven't been hearing back from anyone or haven't been able to find a job, now suddenly you're going to start hearing back from people. or you're gonna get like a lot of job offers or something like that, or like you're about to be going on a lot of interviews after not getting any callbacks. I don't know, but definitely your career is like you're becoming more of a career person. And I don't even think that it's that you were not a career person. It's just that, like I said, maybe you didn't have a job, or maybe things have been up and down, or maybe you just couldn't find your footing in some shape or form, and now you're finding your footing in a certain career field. Okay. And this is also making me think collaborations as well. I do think like a lot of people are gonna want to collaborate with you. A lot of people are gonna want to ask for your advice. Maybe your job or something has something to do with giving advice, or your career has something to do with giving advice. But I definitely feel like there's gonna be a lot of people wanting to talk to you, work with you, whatever. Queen of Cups. So yeah, definitely make me think that you give advice. But I also feel this Queen of Cups is making me think that, first of all, you looking good as hell. Like, I definitely feel like you're transforming into someone that looks good as hell. Not that you didn't look good before, but it's something, I don't know what you're doing. I'm not sure what you're doing with your hair, makeup, clothes. I don't know, but you're definitely becoming a lot more noticeable. I don't know if like just how the eyes are on her. Is this a cloak? A little cloak thing? And then how her eyes look in this card is making me think like a lot of eyes on you. You're becoming someone that a lot of people have eyes on. And I think it's because you look good, but it could also be some of the things that you're doing. And I think people are kind of going to be like, well, how did Pod One do that? How did they pull that off so quickly? Okay. And I feel like you're also becoming someone that's very in tune with the spiritual realm. Like I'm seeing you as someone that's manifesting things very quickly. And I think it's because of your connection with the spiritual realm, your connection with, like, it's like you're understanding, excuse me, spiritual concepts a lot quicker and easier, or something like that. Look, the sun. Yeah, see? First of all, like I said, you're going to be glowing and looking good. A lot of people are going to have their eyes on you. But I also feel, as far as like, yeah, what you're transforming into, it's like this, like a star. Some of you guys are about to be famous. Some of you guys are about to be famous, or there's just going to be a lot of eyes on you where they're just like, well, Pile One is so beautiful, or Pile One is so successful. Pile One did this, Pile One did that. And they're just going to be trying to figure out, how did you pull this off? A lot of people are going to be wondering how you pulled some stuff off. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's like the fruits of your labors is finally coming to fruition. Look, the Empress. Didn't I say you was about to be looking good? I said it. I literally said it. I know you're looking good. And then the fact that it's Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Empress, these are such feminine cards. I know for a fact that pile one is looking super good. And and it's like you look like yourself, but I don't know if it's like you changed your hair, or you're changing your makeup, or maybe it's because you've been working out, or you did something with your skincare. Like I don't know what it is, but people are gonna just be like, well damn. Well damn, Paul one. What, so many feminine cards. We have the High Priestess. Literally. The High Priestess. And I also feel like you're transforming into this priestess energy. And what I'm getting from that is you're glowing, and I don't know, you're just looking mad good. You're glowing, but then it's also you're accomplishing a lot of things, and people are gonna look at you like a mystery, an enigma, because they're like, well, damn, Pile One was just over here 3 days ago, and now they're like they're all the way up here now. How did they do that? How did they do that? Or even if it's not like exactly what I just said, I think people are going to look at you as a mystery because they don't understand how you're pulling some of this stuff off. Okay. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Pride, arrogance, ego, and stubborn. Even though this is saying arrogance, I don't even think that is arrogance that you're having. I think you're taking more pride in how you look, how you carry yourself, your career. Like I feel like you're gonna have more pride because I feel like you've been down on yourself, and I feel like there's a lot of people that like talk down to you too, or talked about you, or something like that, and it had you feeling some type of way. And then my phone just lit up, so I feel like I'm onto something, and it had you feeling some type of way. But now I feel like you're about to be carrying yourself with pride because it's like these people tried to talk shit about you or tried to down you, or I don't know. It even if it's not other people, there was something that happened that made you feel real down on yourself, and now you're gonna have pride in how you carry yourself. Longing, craving, aching, wanting. So yeah, that's also making me think that you're transforming into someone that a lot of people want. And I don't even think it's that people didn't want you before, but I feel like it's gonna be even more people. And I see people getting a little obsessed or a little like, I don't know, like being a little obsessed or a little possessive. That's what it is. Possessive of you, your energy. This could be like your lover. This could be someone with, but this could also be people thinking like, okay, pod one has to be mine. That's mine. That's mine. And like plotting their move to speak with you. And then we have healing heart. Healing heartbreak, toxicity, addiction, abusive relationship. Yeah, and I feel like that's what a lot of you guys are healing from because there's been a lot of toxic people or toxic situations you've been a part of and you've moved away from that. And then we have twin flame, mirroring, shared feelings, reflection. And I think you've been doing a lot of inner work, and that's why your outer appearance is looking super good. Okay, bowl of answers, bowl of answers. Cancer. So you could be a Cancer. We do have Queen of Cups here. So you could have a Cancer placement, or so Cancer, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and Aries. You could be one of those signs. Someone from the past is lurking. I know, because we said this. We said this. Did it on up. Thank you, Spirit, for the clarity, because literally, I feel like the people that tried to shit on you, it's about to be you to them. And not even that you're going to be like, ha ha ha, I'm shitting on you guys. I don't even think you're going to be doing that. I think it's more so like I don't know, like, it's like a quiet confidence where you're just like, proving you guys wrong, even though I don't think you're going to be saying it. You're just going to know. But yeah, protect your energy. Haters are lurking. See, we also have someone from the past is lurking. So some haters from the past are lurking. And then we have someone wants to be more than friends. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There's going to be a lot of eyes on you. Travel, bikinis, plane tickets. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of traveling and a lot of pictures you're taking, a lot of fun times that people are going to be like, oh, wow, I wish I could be where Pa One is. And then we have Always Be My Baby by Mariah Carey. So there's definitely someone that still is clinging on to you. Okay? So we'll keep it there. If this resonated with you, let me get a sun emoji because I feel like you're going to be glowing and shining on these hoes, okay? Let me get a sun emoji in the comments. If you feel called to tip me, you want to book me for a reading, follow me on social media. That information is below. If you want to join the Patreon for exclusive collective readings, pick a cards, Yeah, exclusive pick of cards and witchy tips, astrology tips, all that good stuff. That information is below, okay? So yeah, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number 2, let's get into your reading all about who are you becoming? Who are you transforming into? Okay? So yeah, we don't really have a structure. We just going with the flow today. Okay. So doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Very interesting how so far these cards are like you like with the other pile that I've done, it's like they were two opposites, and then this is giving two opposites as well. Because doubt and then freedom is like freedom from doubt. You know what I mean? So I feel like we are transforming into is someone that used to always, or someone that is free. I mean, that sounds crazy. What I mean by that is like you are seeing, like, see how it says I possess the power. Like it's like you see your power. You are seeing your power. You are seeing how strong you are. You are seeing how resilient you are. You are seeing your potential, and you are no longer doubting yourself. I think you were someone that would doubt yourself, doubt your ideas, doubt this, doubt that, and you're about to stop doubting yourself, or you're transforming into someone that is um no longer doubting yourself. I don't know how else to like word that. And then the fact that we have freedom here is making me think, I don't know if you're gonna have like more free time or more open space or more, like there's more of something. Like maybe there's like more money, like maybe you're gonna have more financial freedom. You know, like maybe you're gonna have more financial freedom, or you're gonna have more like time in your day, as far as like more freedom throughout your day. And not being like confined to a desk, or confined to a certain schedule, or confined to a certain location. It's something like that, but there's more like freedom in your day-to-day activities. Okay? And then the fact that it says I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. With this saying create your own happiness, is making me think like you're going to start realizing how much you really create your own reality. Like you're gonna start seeing like, wow, I really do create my own reality. Wait a second. Like you're gonna start seeing that about yourself and about your life, I guess you would say. But yeah, let's see what else. Oh, look, the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. And then your commitment is being tested. Let's actually put this here. And I love how these cards been like basically clarifying what I'm talking about, because your commitment is being tested in doubt. So because you know when something's being tested, it almost makes you like doubt it. You know what I'm saying? So it's making me think that you keep having experiences, or you have had experiences where something was being tested and you felt, and it's like you doubted yourself. Like maybe your faith was being tested. It's almost making me think like some of you guys could have had like something transiting your ninth house, like Saturn or something. Maybe Saturn or Pluto, or I think those are like the main ones that will test the fuck out of you. Okay, when it comes to your faith, when it's transiting the ninth house. So some of you guys could be having a ninth house transit right now, but yeah, I feel like you were going through a lot of tests or something. That's why I'm like, were you going through a Saturn in a ninth house transit, or some type of Saturn transit, and maybe that's over now? Especially because we have freedom right here, because freedom I mean, not freedom. Saturn can be a little restricting because when you're going through a Saturn transit, it can be a little restricting because Saturn is trying to make sure you get the lesson. Okay, it can make you. It'll make things a little tough at times, just so you can get the lesson. It doesn't have to be like a harsh type of lesson, but Saturn will make sure you get that lesson by the end of that transit, okay? Okay, so yeah, I feel like some of you guys have been going through some type of Saturn transit, or maybe you're Saturn ruled, like Capricorn or Aquarius, or you have some type of like Saturn thing going on. Like for example, um I am not ruled by Saturn at all. Well, in Vedic I am. I'm ruled by Saturn, like my rising and my moon, but in tropical I am not. So I don't know if this really counts for me, but because what I'm trying to say is that I'm someone that even though in tropical I am not ruled by Saturn, but I always have a Saturn transit going on, like all the time. Okay, all the time. Like even right now, Saturn is on my moon. Before then, Saturn was opposing me. Before then, I was going through a Saturn return. Then before then, Saturn was on my sun. Like I'm always going through a Saturn transit, okay? So that could be you guys, like always going through something with Saturn or your Saturn ruled. Like maybe in Vedic or in tropical, because yeah, in Vedic, my moon and rising are both ruled by Saturn. So I know a thing. I know a thing or two about Saturn and dealing with Saturn people. Okay. So yeah, I feel like some of you guys could have something like that going on in your chart. But yeah, with this freedom and this freedom card definitely makes me think that even if you are like me and you're going through yet another Saturn transit, I feel like you've learned your lessons. I don't know. I feel like you've learned your lessons. Uh you've done your due diligence, and that's another thing with Saturn. Once you've learned the lesson, Saturn is going to bring you like a fairy godmother, or almost be like a fairy godmother in your life, where it's like, okay, you've learned all these harsh ass lessons, you've done the work, you know what I mean, you've leveled up mentally, and then you get what you want. So there's that. All right, let's see what else. Spirits, I love when you do this. We literally have the Hierophant. And what is he holding there, guys? What is that? What does that look like to you? Saturn. I love when Spirit does this, but yes, Saturn has probably had their his claws sunken into you, okay? And yeah, I feel like you've been going through some type of Saturn transit. Like definitely pause this video and go check your transits. Or if you know your chart, pay attention to like, because Saturn is currently in Aries. This is a timeless video, but Saturn is currently in Aries. If you have any cardinal placements, you're currently going through a Saturn transit, or you're about to. Yeah, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra. Or maybe you're a mutable sign because Saturn was just in Pisces. Or like I said, Saturn ruled Capricorn or Aquarius, something like that. But yeah, I definitely feel that Saturn was on your head top, okay? Making sure you learned the lesson, but I feel like it has transformed you, and it makes me think of what they also say about Saturn, how like it molds you into the person you are meant to be. And what I keep seeing in my mind is like, how they make ice sculptures and stuff like that. It just makes me think of, when they have these ice sculptures, they don't start off as like that specific shape unless they made the mold, but most times it's because they've chiseled away. They've chiseled away numerous times to get that exact shape or that exact letter. Well, I mean, that's a shape. To get that exact shape. Okay? So I feel like that's what's happening with you, or what has happened with you, where some type of Saturn transit, it doesn't have to just be Saturn, but I'm just getting Saturn tremendously, and then it showed up right here. So something happened that was meant to chisel away at you to turn you into this person that you're becoming. And not saying you got to go through like terrible things just to be a better person, but when Saturn is at work, Saturn is going to teach you a thing or two, and or a lesson or two, okay? Strength, yes. Yes, thank you. Because Saturn is going to teach you strength. So it's like you've turned into this really strong person. It's making me think that you could have been someone that, I mean, not saying that you didn't take life seriously. I don't think it's that you, especially if you got Saturn or a cardinal sign in your chart, I don't think you did not take life seriously at all. It just could have more so been, maybe you were like winging it for some things. Like maybe you were kind of like winging it and you didn't have discipline, or um you were kind of just laid back and spirit needed you to lean forward, something like that. But I feel like what happened here is like it taught you a lot of strength. And the fact that we have the Hierophant and the Strength card, and they're both fixed signs, definitely makes me think that you learn to stay the course. Like you learn, like how it says your commitment is being tested. My bad, y'all. I got choked up for a second there, but you learned how to stay the course. It taught you strength. The Saturn stuff taught you strength. Maybe you have Saturn in a fixed sign. And I know if you're like myself and you have Saturn in Aquarius, you definitely went through your Saturn return a few years ago. Um, so yeah, I definitely feel like they're like you learn to stay the course. Okay. And then we have Knight of Wands. So, the fact that we have Knight of Wands and it's more so on this like freedom and energy is gaining momentum side is definitely making me think that you're free to go. Like you experience these situations and now you're free to go. Like Saturn has released its grip. Like, and I feel like Saturn, like I said, it has two sides where one side is teaching you these harsh lessons, but then the other side is going to grant you everything that you've ever wanted once that lesson is learned. Okay? All right, let's see what else. The Emperor. Oh my, yes. The fact that it's the Emperor and the Hierophant, because that's 4 or 5. So I love that. I love that. And then the fact that these are both very strong characters, the Emperor and the Hierophant. Um, so it definitely makes me think like I feel like you are turning into someone that has more control over your circumstances, but also over like your emotions and your impulses and um your life in general. Like it's giving that you're taking control of your life or your career, or just simple things as like your emotions, your impulses, like I was saying. So yep. Not the Hierophant showing up again. So, okay, so then I guess another thing that I can say for some of you guys, as far as what you're transforming into, I feel like you're transforming into someone that, like, a lot of people look up to. I feel like you're transforming into someone that gives, like, great advice, someone that a lot of people can look up to. You're turning into someone that many people admire. I don't know. And people are going to be looking at you like, well, how did you do it? Kind of like what I was saying with another pile. Like, how did you do it? And I feel like your story is meant to be like a testimony for a lot of people. Because even see, well, with this Hierophant card, it's real faded, y'all. Don't laugh. But you see, if you look down here, there's these two people coming to the Hierophant, and there's these keys down here. And I feel like a lot of the things that you say are going to be things that unlock people's minds. It unlocks something in their mind where they're just like, oh. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be unlocking some stuff in people's minds, but I also feel like, well, I mean, I guess this would go with that, but like you're going to make people see things that they never saw before. So I wouldn't be surprised if many of you guys are into things like law of attraction and manifesting and understanding those things. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you're someone that like is getting into understanding those type of things, because it's going to be playing out in your life and people are going to be like, wow, how did you do it? What do you think I should do? Blah, blah, blah. And you're going to be saying things that help to unlock their mind. And this could actually be even content that you create that help with unlocking people's minds. Look, 10 of Pentacles. My goodness, pile 2. Yeah, like not only are you unlocking your own mind and the minds of others, you're unlocking money, okay? You're unlocking more money. You're about to be making a lot more money. You're about to be making a lot more money. Okay, pile 2. And it could be through this advice giving. Like I said, this advice giving, or maybe you do what I do. Like you make YouTube content or Instagram content or TikTok content or something like that. Or this could be like your job that makes a lot of money. I don't know, but you're unlocking a lot of blessings. Okay. Elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery. Interesting. Let's see what that is. But confessions, unveiling, coming clean, messages. Very interesting. So it's what I'm getting from that is more so your mind was playing tricks on you. It was given that your mind was playing tricks on you. There could have been people being dishonest with you, but I feel like it's giving like your mind was playing tricks on you as far as because look how it says your commitment was being tested. And I feel like with that dishonesty, deception, it's making me think that you didn't see your power. Maybe you felt hopeless. You felt like you couldn't do certain things. You felt like, I don't know, just hopeless. And I feel like you're starting to see the light. And I think it's because you've been doing a lot of inner work and you've been doing, I would not be surprised if many of you guys on this pile listen to, because I know I've talked about neuro knowledge at least 75 times already on this channel. But you could be getting into the type of content that opens your eyes and unlocks your mind. And it's so funny that we have elusive, but then we have confessions. So it's almost like unlocking, unveiling. So yeah, I definitely feel like you're coming across a lot more information that is helping to unlock your mind. And that's what you're doing for other people. And I feel like almost unlocking, I don't know, something in your life. Like maybe you felt like certain things were out of reach. Certain things were hard. Certain things, But I feel like you're realizing, no, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be that way, So you're really learning. Look, broken, but it's reversed. This is giving breakthrough. This is giving breakthrough. And thank you, Spirit, for this motherfucking clarity. We have realizations. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you are going through a spiritual awakening. That's what this is. Like, that's what this is. You're awakening spiritually, and it's taking you from someone that doubts yourself to realizing, like, oh no, I create my own reality. Oh, okay. And then yeah, you're going through a spiritual awakening. So July. Okay, so July could be significant. I know I did bring up Cancer. I know, and I did talk about fixed as well. So Cancer, Leo could be significant. July could be significant. We belong together. Okay. So that could be someone saying that to you. Mirror, and that's funny because this is a mirror right here. So mirror, this. I mean, this is about a person. The song is clearly about a person, but mirror is also making me think of like what I talked about with creating your own reality and realizing like when you change yourself, your reality begins to change. When you stop doubting yourself, you will start to see your reality shift. And then we have shh. So yeah, I feel like I don't know if you've been keeping this under wraps because the fact that we have elusive here is very interesting. So I don't know if you've been keeping this under wraps or maybe there's something because even how this says coming clean, I feel like yeah, you're about to pop out with a new life, and I feel like all the people that doubted you are gonna be like, whoa, 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 whoa. There's something you don't know. See, what is that, spirit? What is that? Since we got the elusive, we have the shh, and we have there's something you don't know. So this could be you not revealing stuff to people, but this could also be like what I talked about as far as the unlocking people's minds. Always be my baby. What the hell? So I mean, okay. 1 week. I feel like it's gonna be a lot quicker for you to manifest stuff now. And we have Leo. Didn't I just say Cancer, Leo? What the hell? I didn't even look at this. Wow. Okay, pile number 2. If it resonated with you, let me get a light bulb emoji in the comments because you guys are going through a spiritual awakening right now. And it's going to transform everything for you. Okay? So let me get that in the comments. If you feel called to tip me, you want to book me for a reading. If you want to follow me on social media, you want to join the Patreon, that information is below. If you Oh wait, no. If you want to, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new. Okay? I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number 3, let's get into your reading all about who you are becoming. Oh, let's do that right there. Who you are becoming. All right. There's no structure. We have no structure, but we're just gonna see what comes out. All right. So first 2 cards. Wow, blame and envy. Interesting. So it says blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being, and then envy. I'm the same as everybody but with different challenges. Very interesting that blame and this is the only one where I'm like, okay, they're a little similar. Okay, so who you're transforming into? I don't think you're necessarily, transforming into someone that's like blaming everyone or envying. I feel like okay, hear me out. I'm getting multiple stories. So, first of all, with this blame, the fact that it says I accept responsibility for my well-being, I think that's what you're becoming. Not that you were like always in blaming everybody else, but I feel like you're releasing yourself from a victim mentality. Sorry, I gotta take a sip of my tea. Okay. I feel like you're stepping out of like a victim mentality, maybe. And I don't think you just sat there like, oh, it's everyone else's fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It kind of makes me think of what I said in another pile. Like you're realizing you create your own reality, and you're realizing like the actions and beliefs that you have are what's creating this reality. I feel like that's what you're doing. And then the fact that we have envy, I don't I don't know. I don't think you're turning into someone that envies people. I think maybe you're releasing envy. Maybe like maybe if and maybe it's not that you're just so envious of people. It could be just kind of like, dang, spirit, I see what you've done for others. What about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if like people around you have been doing well or getting certain things or whatever, you're kind of like, you could kind of be like, dang, I see people getting into relationships. I see people buying homes. I see people having good jobs or careers or something like that. And then you're or not realizing, you're asking yourself, like, okay, when is it my time, you know? And that could be what you're releasing. Because that would be crazy if you're turning into someone that's envying other people. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's like you're getting out of that and realizing, like, yeah, me sitting here, like, worried about what other people got going on, that's lame. But if that's not the case for you, it could also be that you're becoming someone a lot of people envy. You could and you know what's so crazy? If that's the case for you guys, I feel like people already envied you. And you could possibly be thinking like, "Oh, why would people envy me? Why would people envy me?" Yeah, no. That like oftentimes people don't even envy you for the reasons you would think they envy you. So for some of you guys, this is literally what's happening. Like you are becoming someone that a lot of people envy, maybe because of like your relationship or your job or your business or your lifestyle in general. Like that's what it's definitely giving. And then with this blame, for some of you guys, I know I already said to accept your responsibility, but for some of you guys, it could be the people that are envious possibly blaming you for something. Just follow me. Like or maybe not even blaming you, but kind of like just hating because they're like, "Oh, Pile 3 thinks they all that. They think they all that." Um but they don't even, or it's probably their man that helped them with that, or maybe their mom helped them with that, or this person helped them with that. Like they don't want to give you full credit for what you've accomplished on your own. It like that's for some of you guys. But yeah, I definitely think it's one of those stories. Either you're getting out of victim mentality and asking God, what about me? What about me? And excuse me, and creating your own reality, or it's people envying you, and then also saying like, oh, well, they only manifested this because they their man or witchcraft or like, I don't know, people just be talking shit. So it could be that where people have a lot to say about something you've accomplished, but they're thinking someone else did it. It's something like that. Let's get into these other cards because I'm like, whew, the tea is hot. And it's funny because I had to get a sip of my tea, and I feel like you're going to be the talk of a lot of people. And it's so crazy because I know I recently did a reading all about like, what are people... Oh, wait, no. What's currently hidden from you? That I did a reading about that or whatever. And I feel like some of this is from that reading. So if you haven't watched that reading, definitely go check it out. But with this blame and envy, it's definitely making me think that there's like some tea, like there's stuff being said about you. Definitely. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay. Cards down. Okay, so expect powerful change. Yes, see, expect powerful change. new moon eclipse, and then show the world the real you. The fact that this is new moon and full moon is definitely making me think that you have ended some type of cycle here. You've ended some type of cycle, maybe a cycle of poverty, a cycle of toxic relationships, a cycle with, I don't know. There's something that you've ended here. Oh shoot. Oh my goodness. I didn't want to be able to see the cards, but I can see some of them. Oh well. Okay. But yeah, there's definitely a cycle that you're ending here. And I feel like for some of you guys, this could be like a relationship that ended. And there's people talking about like, well, who is pile 3 about to be with? What's going on with pile 3? Like, people are very interested in what's about to happen next for you. And I feel like with this expect powerful change, I feel like you're about to do some type of like quantum jump leap thing. I feel like you're about to do some type of quantum jump leap type of thing here. And it's going to be very shocking. It's going to be very, very shocking. Like, how did you get from this new moon to the full moon like that? Or it could even be, like I said, well, I mean, I guess this fits under the category because I was going to say it could be for some of you guys like a relationship where people are just interested in what's going on with you as far as relationship because they always knew you to be with someone else, or they always knew you to be single, or they always knew you to be like in terrible relationships, or even with other things. They always knew you to not have a job, not to have money, not to have your own place to live, not to have a car, not to have, like, you were, you know what I mean? And now I feel like you're about to be in a very enviable position, maybe with work, but it could also be, like I said, with relationships. Like, something about your life is about to be so different that people are just like, is it witchcraft? Like, okay, let's see what else. Let's see what else. Four of Swords reversed. Okay, these were upside down, so this is actually upright. So Knight of Pentacles and 8 of Wands. What? Okay. Anyway, yeah, like, okay. I feel like, okay, let me put this in this order. Okay, so another thing I'm getting from you guys is that with this Knight of Pentacles and 8 of Wands and then this 4 of Swords, it's also making me think that, like, what you're transforming into, or, you know, becoming, you're a person that a lot of people can't touch. Like, it's giving unreachable. It's giving unreachable. Like, I feel like you're going to have way more boundaries up or something. Or it's like, because with this Knight of Pentacles and this 8 of Wands and how it's going towards this 4 of Swords and she's like in bed resting or whatever, this is making me think like there's going to be a lot of people trying to get at you with some type of offer. That's why I definitely feel like this, for a lot of you guys, this has something to do with love. I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of people trying to get at you, or maybe even the person you're involved with, but they're going to see that you guys are together and they're going to be like, well, how did pile 3 get that person? How they get them, or whatever, like that. Or it could even be like you're, you know, closed off or whatever. So it's making people want to know, like, well, what's up with pile 3? Are they dating someone? Are they like, why is pile 3 so unreachable? Why, like, I want to talk to pile 3, but pile 3 is not giving me the time of day. It's something like that where it's like people are trying to get at you and you're just like, no. And then my phone just lit up. Okay. Yes. See the lovers. Oh goodness, they're naked. Oh, YouTube, please don't flag this video. But literally, the lovers. Literally, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And it's so funny because she's naked on here too. But I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I feel like there's past lovers, people that want to be your lover, maybe someone that you're dealing with, their past lovers, their um yeah, their past lovers or people that's currently interested in them or whatever, and they're just kind of like, dang, well, they not giving me the time of day. Whether it's you or the person you're dealing with, it's like they maybe people don't understand why they chose you or why you chose them, or wanting to know, or just even wanting to know who you're dating. People are wanting to know who you're dating because it's just kind of like, well, damn, pile one or pile, I said pile one, pile three is saying no to me. Is there someone that they're dealing with? Yeah, I feel like people are very curious to know about your love life. I see that very like clearly with y'all, pile three, because I know I was kind of saying it with pile one, which I accidentally said, but pile three, I see it very very clearly, very very clearly. And I also feel like, especially with this blame and envy, see how both of them have this like golden type of thing going on here. I feel like you are going to be glowing and people are going to be like, well, what they got going on? Who's making them smile like that? You know, it kind of makes me think of this one time my kids, their grandmother, not my mom, but their father's mother, basically she calls me one day, and I mean, it, mind you, where my window is, it's like the sun comes through there or whatever. So when she calls me and we're on FaceTime, she's seeing like basically I look like I'm glowing. I mean, my skin was glowing, but she saw the sun beaming on me or whatever. So that's why you could see it. You could really, really see it or whatever. So she's just like, oh, why you glowing? Why you glowing? I'm like, what? You're like, why you glowing? And I'm just like, what do you mean? I can't just be happy? Because basically she was trying to accuse me of being pregnant, y'all. She was trying to accuse me of being pregnant. And it's just like, no, ma'am, I'm just happy and I'm not stressed out about your son. That's what that's what's going on. I mean, of course, my boo was there. So it was funny, my boo was there, but literally I'm just happy. Like, why do I have to be pregnant? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people are gonna be saying that to you, like, oh, you're glowing, are you pregnant? Or who's making you glow like that? Who's making you happy like that? And people are gonna want to know. So yeah, let's put the lovers in the middle like that. Okay, so then we have Queen of Pentacles, and then we have Three of Cups. So yeah, this is definitely making me think a lot of people are wondering about you, your love life, what's going on there. Um, and then I also feel like also I also feel like also I feel like you're about to be married, pile three. You're gonna be married or engaged or something like that, and people are gonna be like, well, that was quick. Especially how this Eight of Wands came over the lovers, ended up being over the lovers. I feel like you're like, if you're with someone already, you and this person are gonna get engaged soon. If y'all aren't engaged already. And if you are currently single, I feel like you're about to meet the person you're gonna get married to. And people are gonna be kind of like a little jealous because of how quickly this happens, how quickly this plays out. So yeah, definitely, yeah, pay not pay attention, but you can expect that. You can definitely expect people to kind of be wondering how this happened so fast. Um Yeah. Okay, let's see. Intuition. Yeah, heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. So this is making me think, yeah, people wanting to know about you, but this is also making me think that there's someone that is currently very sure about you, or if you don't know this person, they're about to be, you're about to meet someone that's very sure of you, and they're gonna be trusting their intuition, like, yo, pile three, that's mine, and they're like, we're gonna be together for the rest of our lives, or like, someone's gonna be very very serious about you because their intuition tells them. And I feel like people are gonna be confused, like, how did this come together so quickly? Look, thank you, Spirit, for the freaking confirmation. We have divine masculine. We literally have divine masculine. So yeah, that definitely makes me think that there's definitely someone that's going to be very serious about you, or you already know this person, and people are going to be wondering why they chose you and how this came together so quickly. But mind you, it's probably been going on for a while, but people ain't know, or I don't know, but there's something here where people are going to be like, wait, what? So I'm wondering if some of you guys are about to pop out with your person, especially because it says show the world the real you. But then I also feel like with this show the world the real you, I think people are going to be surprised at your person. They're going to be very surprised at your person, especially because if this person was like a player, or this person was hard to get, or this person was yeah, I don't know. Like, they were hard to get, they were hard to read, they were, you know what I mean? But you maybe made this person open up, and they're kind of looking like, well, how did Pal 3 do that? It's something along those lines. Let's see. I am done. Spirit. Look at this. What does that say? Marriage? Oh my goodness. I'm getting goosebumps. I lit. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I still get amazed. With spirit with these things, because I'm just like, I don't, I just be picking up on it. I didn't see these cards. I know I saw these two, but I didn't see this. But marriage, yes, promises, fidelity, commitment. This is what I'm talking about, because I feel like this person did not want to commit to people, or even if they were like married before, it's like they didn't care, they didn't take it seriously, but maybe it just didn't work out, or maybe they were engaged before and that didn't work out, or I don't know. But something about you and or this person, it's like they were hard to catch, or you were hard to catch, but it's like you both of you have caught each other. Like, y'all have caught each other. My goodness, I love when spirit does that. Oh, family. And it literally says fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. So I'm wondering if that's another thing that's going to be happening kind of quickly too. Like, maybe, yeah, you guys getting together, getting married, having a baby. Like, I think a lot of it's going to be happening very quickly, and people are going to be like, what the hell? What the hell? And this is supposed to be, what are you transforming into? But I don't know how it keeps getting to like people talking about you guys. So I'm wondering if like that's, yeah. What the heck is this? Okay. We have Pisces. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, or you're a Pisces, or something significant about Pisces season or Virgo season. And then look, we have miraculous solution. So this literally makes me think of what's happening here for some of you guys, where it's like love at first sight, or you and someone getting back together, or I don't know. I feel like something is happening very quickly, but at the same time, it was a long time in the making. So then we have Sagittarius. Funny because Eight of Wands is Mercury and Sagittarius. So I definitely feel like something is happening very, very quickly. And I keep hearing in my head, in what's she saying in that song? More Than a Woman. She says, Cupid shot me, my heart beats racing. So it's making me think like, and I'm just getting goosebumps, like this person, you and this person are just smitten with each other. Just smitten. And people are gonna be like, what? Like, it's almost telling me who this person is becoming too. Okay? And they're gonna be like, well, how did Pow 3 pull that out of them? 1 week. Yeah, see, this is quick energy. And then we have Mirror again. This literally came up in Pow 1. And then someone wants to be more than friends. Yeah. And then After the Storm by Kali Uchis. Yeah. I feel like y'all gonna have to come back and tell me the tea, okay? Because I definitely feel like people are very curious about your love life, and it's because of how quickly something seems to have come together, but little do they know it was a long time in the making. Whether it's like, different events that brought you guys this person into your life, where it's like, if you wouldn't have gone to the coffee shop and then spilled the coffee, then that person wouldn't have saw you, and you know what I'm talking about, like stuff like that. Or it's like those little things that kind of happen to bring people together. Or let's say, like I said, this is a person that's hard to catch, but with you they're like, oh, no, I'm sticking with Pile 3. And people are like, well, how did that happen? Little do you know, it was in the making. I don't know. Okay, pile number 3. If this resonated with you, let me get a bow and arrow in the comment section, because literally I feel like this divine masculine has shot their shot. They have shot their shot, or they're about to shoot their shot. Or this is you, and someone is about to shoot their shot with you. Or this is someone you're dealing with and they're turning into this divine masculine. Okay? This got real long. I'm sorry, y'all, but yeah, let me get that bow and arrow in the comments. If you want to join the Patreon, you want to book a reading, you want to tip me, follow me on social media, all of that information is below. If you want to subscribe to the channel, definitely do that and hit that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new, okay? I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.